Alright, next up on our tools, we're going to talk about cordless drills. I have a couple here that we're going to talk about. So this is actually a cordless drill. This is a, if I was only going to have one drill, this probably would be the one I would have. So what this one does, it's got 3 speeds, which is real convenient depending on what kind of material that you're screwing into or drilling into. It also has a so it's got a drill function. As you see right there, it's on drill. So that would be just a basic twist bit drill. So if I'm drilling into wood or metal or plastics or something like that, so it would be just a regular twist bit, which is that right there. So this is what we went over earlier. So it could drill into those. Also, or a paddle bit or something. This one also has a hammer function, which is really convenient. So it will drill into masonry. So that's where you get one of these masonry bits. So see how the tip's different than the twist. And it actually acts like a jackhammer and pulverizes the material as it goes. So that would be that setting right there. This is a 1/2-inch drill, which means that it's got you can put a bigger bit in it. And this is a keyless chuck. So the way I would set the drill bit is I hold this, tighten it down, and then I can tighten the drill bit into it. This one also has a function right here. So these act like gears. So, well, that's pretty tight. You hear that hit. So what that does is I can figure out what material that I'm going to be screwing into, and then once I get one set, like I was going to put screws in this 2x6, it's pressure treated. When I figure out the amount of torque it's going to take to actually drive the screw into where I want it, well, I can set that, and then the next screws that I screw into it will be the same depth as that one. So I'm putting basically the same torque on it. And so that is one feature. It also does away with, if you've ever used a bit, one of these here. So if you've ever used a bit and you've rounded it off or twisted it, see how that one right there is a little twisted? And so if it's skipping, you know, so you're either messing up the tip for the driver or inside the screw. So, you know, if you're going to strip that out. So that's what we're trying to avoid. So with that setting, with setting these up here, it allows you to do that. So this is a drill, 1/2-inch cordless drill. This is 18 volt, ours are 20, and this one's a little bit different, but same basic principle. Of course, you have a battery. These like lock in there, so without the battery, that's just like unplugging the drill. So if I'm going to do anything to it, I'm taking the battery out. Next up, this is an impact driver. So it's a little smaller, but what it does is every time whenever I put the screw in, it actually, it may not do it now, but this, and the good and the bad about this is it would drive this thing all the way through the board because it's got so much power. It's like if you ever had your tires changed and heard them with the air impact guns, same kind of principle. So this thing is hammering each time, and it's adding to the twist, so it's allowed to put way more torque on it. Even though this is a pretty small drill, it's got a lot of power. So this is an impact gun, and that's for driving screws, and it could even drive bolts and stuff too. So you probably could, well, with this one you probably could take your tires off your car too if you had the right fitting. So that's what we've got for our cordless drills, and we will Be back in a few with another tool.